Hi everyone, I actually filmed this video yesterday, just trying to get ahead a little bit, but we had this crazy storm and the time I was, I think how many videos, yeah, so this was the third video, and the time was around 3:30 and we had a storm and the clouds it just got really dark and the clouds had this weird like yellow orangey kind of light, and it was so dark that I actually could not, although the camera without the lighting was doing a great job of kind of making it lighter and look as though there was enough light to shoot the video, but in actual fact I myself couldn't see what I was doing, so I had to switch on the lights, and that of course gave it the yellow kind of overcast, and I hate that type of videos. I personally, you know, if I find someone's art that I like to watch but they have this weird lighting situation, I just tend to not watch them because I think it makes everything look so much worse. So anyways, I thought about this long enough, and although I still sound quite bad and I'm still having my flu, I decided to actually redo this illustration while the lighting is okay outside, and yeah, because I want you to enjoy the process, and so I'll give you a little bit of story. So today is Tuesday as it is, and it's the day 17 of the Inktober challenge, and today's prompt is graceful. The character that came to my mind immediately is Audrey Hepburn, and in particular the character she played in Breakfast at Tiffany's, Holly Golightly. And I loved her hair, I loved her elegance, her gracefulness, that famous black little dress that she wore with the statement necklace. So this is what I try to do here, and the posture I try to adopt is a posture of kind of gracefulness, where when you kind of have a long neck and you raise your head up, you kind of have that sort of kind of elegant look, and so that's essentially what I try to achieve here. And the makeup, keeping it quite muted and light, because Audrey was famous for her thin black eyeliner, winged eyeliner, and not much color in terms of lips or cheeks going on, as well as eyeshadow. So that's where I tried to go with this illustration. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm actually going to flip over to the next page because I was already ready to do the next days, but I'm going to do Tuesday again here and start over again so that you have a perfect quality. So yeah, thanks for watching. Well, hello. I'm not sure how wise it is to do a voiceover, particularly today, because I struggle to talk during the introduction, but I'm armed with a hot cup of tea and Fisherman's Friend original lozenges. So those are my favorites, so hopefully I should be okay. So I decided to talk you through what I'm doing here. So I'm using my Lamy Safari with the fine nib. The funny thing is, I purchased two other inks which were supposed to be waterproof, thinking that is what I need for my Inktober. But I find myself actually using the Lamy black water-soluble ink and loving it, especially with fashion illustrations. I think that look of having ink kind of move with the water, I particularly like it. However, I think what I should do, for example, on lips, I don't like the black going into the lip color, so I think on the lips I should probably just use the carbon ink, platinum carbon ink. That seems to be the most waterproof on this paper, which is the moleskin watercolor. So yeah, so the other thing that I love about this ink is that when it dilutes with water, it kind of stays a true grey, a cool tone grey. The other one that I have, which is the Noodler's ink in the Heart of Darkness, that dilutes to a warm grey, which I'm not too fond of, but there are certain illustrations that it works quite well with. So yeah, so I'm trying to make, the first thing I do is try to get the ink to move and use it as shadow. So the one I just showed you, I'm now moving to color, and that's the Dr. P.H. Martin's Radiant Concentrate, and that's the color Cherry Red from the A set. And I'm trying to experiment here by diluting it with water. So I just squeezed water out of my water brush into that ceramic palette and used just the tiniest amount of it. And although it was quite pale, I didn't like the color. I wanted it to be more muted, and so I started mixing a few things. I think the next one I grabbed was Tropic Pink 39C, so it's from the C set, and then thereafter it was the Sunrise Pink from the D set, number 46. And although the color in the pan looked nice, on the paper, especially after it dried, it still looked actually quite radiant and vibrant, even though it was on a pale side. So yeah, the other thing I have done off camera is actually try to mix a little bit of the black in, and that kind of mutes things down quite nicely, so I might do that as well. So here I'm going into the Dr. P.H. Martin's black, which is also from my A set, the 14A. I love this. I was almost going to say ink, but it's a watercolor. They're very staining, so they are like inks really. Okay, so here is my take 2, and I have done a few things differently, and some of the things I prefer in these illustrations and others in the original. So it's not 100% finished yet. I will need to go back in and do some detailing, but if we flip through to the original, she is a lot prettier. Her face came out a lot prettier, a lot more gentle, and this one did not. And I just noticed that the eyeliner is coming out here a little bit more, but I can't do it here because I turned her face slightly more to the other side. The actual body I prefer on this one, and the eyelashes as well. They go in a straight line parallel to her neck, so that's visually more pleasing to me. And what else? Yeah, I'd say that. And then on the fringe here I didn't put the black, I just did some detailing with the Violet G-Tech 4. So makeup wise, I used Daniel Smith watercolors, and I think if I want in the future to create a more muted makeup look, I should definitely go with watercolors as opposed to the Radiant Concentrate, because no matter how much I try to dilute and get the right color, I wanted like a muted pink, I still couldn't get it. It's still a little bit vibrant, even though there was a lot of water mixed in. So that's why this one looks a lot more elegant, as opposed to this one has the contrast of the still bright pink. So that's that. I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit more detailing around here, and I don't know how much we'll be able to see because it's black on black, so I might just grab my uni ball and hopefully not ruin this illustration. But I'm just going to give it a few details just to highlight this hair accessory that I put in onto the crown of her head. So that's that, and maybe I would also go in and just kind of highlight a few of these just like that, just to accentuate them a little bit. So yeah, here is my take 2, and I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. Here is the original again, and take 2.